Been super busy lately. Haven't had time to do videos much, but I'm gonna do one now because I want to get some other stuff done. And I didn't do one yesterday. And you know, Donna gets mad at me if she can't see my face every day, right, Donna? Love you guys. So I made a video this morning that I kind of posted on LinkedIn. It's about humbling yourself to the needs of the community. That statement, in and of itself, will make you successful no matter where you're at. A lot of people. I just got out of a big sales meeting. And it was a sales call, teaching people how to create sales. And there's a difference between needs and pain. So people oftentimes think that they have a need, but they're actually creating themselves pain. Your job as a salesperson is to ask the right questions, develop a relationship. Obviously, you don't want to tell them what to do, and you don't want to give them a spiel first thing off, because that usually never works. And I've been through these before, where people just give you a presentation and say, "Hey, how does that sound to you?" And most of the time, you're just like, "I don't get it." You need to be able to say, "What pain are you? What?" A lot of times, people don't even realize they're causing themselves pain, and the source of their pain uh, is what's giving them pain. So the idea is to ask them, if you see a pain point that somebody else has that they're not aware of, and they are a potential client, you have to be able to weed out potential clients. Now, the advantage of what I'm doing is that, I can simply say, you need to humble yourself to the needs of the people around you. And that solves every pain point that you're ever going to have for the rest of your life. Because anytime you ask, your need will be met. It is a part of spirituality, right? You're living in a giant organism. So as long as the cell in your body is fulfilling the needs of the cells around it, it will get energy in return. Simple as that. Life is really that simple. But, you could just decide to tell everybody that, and society would probably just kind of organize itself into whatever. But if you're building something, if you want to create something for the community, let's say you're creating like a new product or something, usually you have to have a team to do that. So you have to create a structure, and we need structure in society to support education systems, the disabled, and the elderly, right? Those are the three things in our society that need support. We don't need to support people who don't want to work to humble themselves to the needs of other people. Why would we support those people? We are. Everyone is supporting those people right now when you go to work for somebody that doesn't want to humble themselves to your needs, right? Seriously, what are you doing? So, what you want to do is partner with people who want to humble themselves to your needs and reflect the same willingness of you to humble yourself to their needs, and then build a structure around that to make sure that stays intact. So that make sure that no matter how that ends up developing in whatever hierarchical system that looks like, that everybody is humbling themselves to the needs and following the control circuit, because your body is controlled from the outside to the inside. So you need to make sure that that stays intact. If there's ever a position in any company or any co-creative group where there's a person that is not required to humble themselves to the need of that business, it will get toxic, right? It's an opportunity to become narcissistic. So why would you feed energy into that? You need to create a system to make sure that, for one thing, if you elevate somebody to a leader position and they're working for you and they have to respond to your needs so that you can respond to somebody else's, that you have the ability to hold them accountable. Because if they're not meeting your needs, you need to be able to say, sorry, you need to, right? Simple as that. Yeah. I'm my dad and I have a symbiotic relationship right now. I respond to his needs and he responds to mine. You want to create healthy relationships where you're responding to each other's needs. And a lot of times you have to communicate in a lot of different ways to make sure that you don't step on boundaries because everything comes from the inside. So, you can think, it's like, well, I've been in a lot of group settings where it got destructive. That's where creating the right structure at the beginning and then educating people on how to control their energy and not to put their burdens on other people and control themselves. And because you're not meeting somebody else's needs if you're just trying to siphon off of them. I mean, all you have to do is respond to each other and say, hey, how can I help you? And then vocalize, hey, I need this. You have to do both. If you never feel like you need anything, I mean, eventually we'll probably get there. We'll ascend in consciousness. We'll become this light being because, that's kind of where we're going. But in the intermediate, we have to build some structures that are healthy for our communities here and our environment because there's a lot of opportunity right now. People see, oh, things are breaking down. It's like, that is an opportunity. And if you can see the bigger picture and you can see what needs to be applied to remedy that, that's when you hit the cash. Cha-chung! But you do it for everybody. You're not doing it just for you, right? Why would you want to do it just for you? What would be the point of that? Like I've said before, I don't want to live on a beach by myself, sipping coffee by myself. I don't want to do that. So, I don't know what else to say there. Pretty easy. I mean, it's very simple. And, there are companies that have done this in the past, HVAC companies who've been co-creative groups that are just meeting needs in the community. And then since they're all profit sharing that business, it's in their best interest to respond to a need right away. Bang. That's why they're the best businesses. There's a way to do that in co-creative groups where you can create things for the community where it'd be super simple. For one thing, finance departments get super simple, right? All that stuff gets super simple because all you're doing is meeting out things equally. You don't need, if you create a system that's self-managing, allow people to self-manage themselves. Like everybody, I guarantee you, everybody in every group that you've ever worked in, they can always point at the person. It's like, they're not working very good and they're just causing nothing but problems. Either we got to get them out of here or they got to come into kind of some positive growth cycle here, right? I mean, you want to be forgiving and you want to be accepting of everybody, right? But I mean, if people aren't doing their job, then bye-bye. Eventually, you got to just say, hey, look, not working, right? So right now, I mean, that's what my business offering is structure. And I would rather work with you to build a healthy structure to facilitate a product because I have some awesome ideas for products, but I would like to push those ideas into groups of engineers, software engineers, electrical engineers. I mean, I have so many ideas, it's stupid. I'm just like I'm like a ticking time bomb waiting to go off, right? To suck in all the resources in the community and explode. It'll happen. There's no question. I mean, as soon as people understand what's going on, I sat down and talked to a psychologist today, and she's actually referring somebody that came to her to one of her other colleagues. Eventually, they'll all get referred to me, but it's a engineer who's really down and out, super depressed, got laid off, doesn't feel like they're worth anything anymore, right? Because they got laid off from a company. If he came to me, I'd say, why don't you partner with me? And what is it you do, right? Probably the best thing that ever happened to you because now you don't have to work for that narcissistic jerk who's taken all the money from your efforts, and you can partner with a group of people that are going to treat each other equally and facilitate products for you, know how to market, know how to build structure to create equality and healthy organisms. Because in order to create real products, it has to be team development. You're never going to create anything without a team, ever. Otherwise, you're just a coach. But what are you coaching, right? All you're doing is taking money from somebody and saying, hey, do this for yourself. You're not facilitating a product. You might be, depending on what kind of advisor you are. But if you're advising money, usually a lot of times if you're advising money, you're not getting to the deeper issue of humbling yourself to the people around you. So anyway, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Happy Friday. I think today's Friday. And yeah, have a good day. See you in the next one.